Hi, this is a continuation video of the AI Assistant demo automation that I use in my business internally to demo to clients before they even book a demo call, so they're convinced that AI assistants are actually right for them. I realized that video was going way too long and rambling too much, so I decided to split it up for those that are interested in how it would look like if they did decide to work with us, Barron to Business Systems, and this is what we would install in the actual account that we will create as a sub account, and they can just manage their clients' communications from there. So without further ado, let me dive right into the automations. So this is the actual chatbot workflows that we will install in our clients' accounts. If you do work with us, this is what you will get. Obviously, it'll be customized and the details will be changed for your situations, for your prompts, for your business, and all the FAQs that I mentioned earlier will obviously be updated to your actual company. All this is editable. That way, we can ensure that it actually says what you want to say and sharing information you want to share, just like how a receptionist would. It'd be a lot easier though, because you just need to train it once and it will know forever, and you just need to update it from time to time if things do change in your company. And everything can be um, simplified and streamlined, where we're able to open everything in a Excel file. For example, I just downloaded it. This is what it would look like if you were to put everything in Excel file. It's a simple question and answer, and some people might be easier to edit from this way and just look at a glance, things like that. So if you are running a company, you can just send this file over to me, and then I can just update it from your end. If you don't want to be bothered with updating things, it's a service we provide. It's just no extra charge because it's relatively easy, and sometimes it might be easier to just add a bunch of FAQs here at a glance. So yeah, this is without further ado, here's the workflow that we use in our clients' accounts. So everything always starts with a trigger, like I mentioned in the previous video, and then we update the response channel. All this information, FYI, is saved per contact level. So this is the information that the AI chatbot uses to figure out what channel to respond back. So everything's at a contact level in the custom fields. So there's a couple options that when a person responds to your AI assistant, here's how it works. So same thing, trigger when they reply to whatever channel. As you can see, we can set the channel via email, Facebook, chat widget, Instagram, SMS, Google Business, WhatsApp. Over time, we're planning to add other things as well, such as other things you can add if you do want to, like calls, DMs. List goes on. Over time, we're planning to add extra features as well that other channels can open up as well over time, such as TikTok or LinkedIn, but that's a future plan. No promises yet. So when they respond, we have a if else filter, and if the number of contact that contacts you is booked, they will go through a non-booking path, and the robot will just answer questions, whatever questions they have essentially, and it pulls data from the FAQ database I mentioned earlier to answer questions. And if they're unable to answer, they'll ask clarifying questions further to develop a response. Yeah, and it will just go in a loop, answering whatever questions they have, etc. That kind of thing. Then, if they're not booked on the calendar, all these data references from your existing working calendar as part of the system, and they update the field that they turn on the AI, the message body gets pulled, and intro message here is customized as well. It's your custom calendar. Add a robot reply tag and goes down a booking path. If the contact already has information saved in the system, it will go through a booking path where it will try to book the contact into the booking calendar so that one of your service reps, salespeople can talk to them and turning them into a customer. If they don't have any of their contact information, our system will capture it first so that you can contact them in the future. So, what it will collect is the email, the phone, and the name. So, you have all the information on hand to be able to reach out to the customer in the future for any reactivation campaigns, special offers, promotions, limited time sales, or giving free value, or bring them through a nurturing campaign, etc. The world is oyster. There's a lot of things we can do once we have that information, and obviously everything complies with privacy policies, terms and conditions, etc. like that. If they want to opt out, they just one click unsubscribe, that kind of thing. It's all following standard rules. So once everything gets collected, it sends to the robot, booking robot. FYI, when I mentioned booking robot and non-booking robot, those are separate AI agents that we set up, and the objectives are different. And we can set rules, terms and conditions, more like good examples and bad examples of what the responses should be and what the specific goals are for each custom AI agent. So they have a specific sequence of things they want to hit whenever they're interacting with the customer. For example, like for the booking bot, they want to get the time zone, what times they prefer, day or night, etc. Those kind of things. For like an FAQ bot, for example, the non-booking bots, what they do is they just have a conversation with any questions they have. So once they do book, or if they don't book, we just remove them from the workflow. If they do book, and we have a fallback sequence as well. If they don't book, they can answer any questions they have remaining, and then they just remove it from you. Then we just have a separate workflow for live chats just to keep things simple or streamlined. It's pretty much the same thing. And then this is just a sequence that loops it back to the workflow earlier. So response, and then it sends back the context of the conversation to ChatGPT, and it talks to GPT, and then it goes back here, and then it just goes back in the sequence. Once we have the appointment booked, we obviously don't want to keep reminding them or pestering them to book an appointment. It removes that from sequence, it removes the tag, adds a book tag, and then it will just send a confirmation text or whatever channel they use. Then we get internal notification that, hey, somebody booked on your calendar, blah blah blah, and then we have our date and time. And internal notifications can be set to be an app notification, text, or an email, either one or all of them if you prefer. And we can set them to the employee level, so only specific people gets notified. If you do have a separate team, or if you do handle everything yourself, we can just send a notification set. You don't have to log into the app at all if you don't want to. So it just removes them from the follow-up workflow, and we're able to set up a conversation summary. For example, if the whole bot books the conversation and they talked about their pains, their problems, etc., we can set it up to put a whole summary of the conversation based on whatever parameters we want. For example, we have in this prompt we use their needs and objections, and we have a short summary of it. It will be on the contact information in one of the custom fields. For example, if you don't know what I'm talking about, is under contact level. For example, see over this section I'm talking about, this is the contact level information. So under AI chatbot, FY, this is what you see. You can see the prompt I used, the responses, the AI summary. This is what I'm talking about. So before one of your service reps or specialists talks to the customer, you can be able to look at a quick glance instead of reading the whole long conversation. You can check really quickly what's the problem, what's the issue, etc. Essentially a quick summary from the conversation. So instead of wasting 5 minutes reading the whole conversation, you can look at it in like 30 seconds. So that's what I'm talking about. We used to set it up. It just makes things really easy and quick to understand from each customer. Then we just do a standard reminder sequence for their appointment. We send an email, Then before appointment, we send the email, we send a text. An hour before, we send the email, another text. 10 minutes before, we send a text. So customer knows that, hey, I got my appointment, and gets reminded for it. We are also able to set up the same reminder sequence for, you know, internally. If that's what you want to set up as well, just let us know. We can set them up for you. That way, your service reps know that you have an appointment coming up, etc. I usually set up separately, but to each their own. So this is just a workflow that cleans everything up from the earlier workflows that the customer didn't book or just stopped replying for whatever reason. We will alert our team members, or we will alert your team members. This is our bot status, so it doesn't keep pestering them, and we send an internal notification for you to, hey, take over the conversation because for whatever reason, the conversation got hung up, or the customer stopped responding, and maybe you need a more personalized and specific response to re-engage them, which is fine. Like ChatGPT is useful for 95% of cases, but on the odd occasion that things don't work out, human can take over, and you get notified as such. It's normal. I mean, nobody is 100%. Not even as humans, as much as we try or we're trained for the situations we never encountered for. And if you do figure it out, you can always update the FAQ. Like if the responds this, maybe reply with this. Clarification questions, etc. That kind of things to re-engage the conversation and keep it flowing. As you get better over time and experience more situations, you're able to you're able to train the AI bot to be more all-encompassing and respond to almost any type of responses that the client has. And at the end of the day, it's like almost training a normal receptionist to situations they never encountered before. It's just the difference is that with training people, you have to train it and reinforce the behavior over time, or have everything written down for them to reference back to, which can take a while to set in and become a natural. Whereas as a bot, you train them once and they know in the future that that's how they're gonna respond. Pretty simple, but straightforward. Same thing here. This is like a kill switch. If a stop bot tag is added, you can just turn off the AI immediately. So we have like safeties in place to prevent the AI from just going crazy and just responding 20 different times and causing the lead to go cuckoo and crazy and get annoyed. So this is a follow-up sequence. We do follow-up twice, and if they don't reply, the workflow just ends and we stop responding to them for whatever reason. Leads are not perfect. They respond when they want, and if they don't respond, oh well, that's it. If 100% of lead are engaged, life would be great, but unfortunately, it's not. That's why we have automation sequence. That way, we can take some of the sting out of responding to all the leads. If we do it ourselves, we get really frustrating really quick. With having this system in place, most engaged leads will book a call directly with you, and you know that on your calendar, this is what I have to do, and majority of them will engage with you. This is a call sequence that if you have a missed call, we will send them a missed call text message that, hey, we're busy, blah, blah, blah. If you want to talk to us, engage in, if they do text, same thing happens. They can go talk to the bot. And if you're too busy to pick up the call, just let the bot take over. This is based on the appointment. If they do cancel the appointment, we do follow up with them. If they showed, we stop the sequence and then we just update the prompt. Update the contact. Simple as that. If they cancel, we try to rebook them. If they show up, we just remove them, etc. This is another service we provide, database reactivation based on the sequence. We're able to add customers to here, and you can set whatever promotional offers, etc. you have, and we try to re-engage them for whatever offer or promotion you're running, or maybe a referral. You ask a referral, and we get to do it automatically in bulk, without a human effort, and everything just replies, and then just book them to your calendar for further conversation, things like that. This is workflow 11, where double message. So if a customer, you know, messages twice, and this is what can trips up most ChatGPT workflow automation sequence of AI bots. It tends to trip up the whole system, and the whole thing just freaks out and stops. Whereas in our system, we have these safeties in place where if they reply twice, we just resend that conversation to ChatGPT so it can have the whole context of the conversation and replies to the whole thing instead of just one thing. That way it seems more human-like and just more comprehensive, and it doesn't get tripped up as often. Things like that. So we build out a workflow to be more robust and able to handle, human-like conversations where there's issues and nothing's ever perfect. If you're worried about typos, no worries. ChatGPT is really good about understanding typos or asking clarification questions. So that's it. If you want us to set up for you, book a call down below, and then we can have a conversation on whether this is a right fit solution for you. We can customize it to your business and see whether it is suited for you or not, and it's the right solution for you. And we can talk about pricing, details, etc., that kind of thing. Book a call down below. And if not, I hope you find this helpful. If you want to implement this for yourself, by all means, go ahead. Until next time, I'll see you.